What is going on, people?
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
It is Monday night, and it is time for Sketchy Live. Is it cutting my head off?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
I guess once I'm starting to draw, it won't be too bad. Hey, I'm Johnny Jalopy. With me, as always, my beautiful wife, ity-B.
Hi, guys.
What's going on?
Season 5.
Yeah, hey, so tonight, I know we've done this card before. Was reminded 20 minutes before starting that, hey, Johnny, I think you've done this card before. And show ity-B's right. We have drawn the road agent before, but what I thought would be fun is there's a picture, and I'm actually going to pull it up. I meant to do that. Hold on, don't go to it yet.
Okay.
There's a photo that I just love this photo. And so when I was thinking of something to draw tonight, and I was looking through different photos and stuff like that, this photo of it, it's not the greatest of clarity either. It's just such an interesting photo of Ed Roth sitting in road agent. He just has this, excuse my language, shit-eating grin on his face of, look at this silly little machine I'm sitting in, and don't you wish you knew how I did it and
Right.
what it is. It seems pretty cool. I bet it was probably a hot day in California as well because the bubble's up. So, but so I thought it'd be fun to do another visit to Ed Roth's road agent.
Do you want to show your prior one?
Well, give me a sec. Go to our thing and let me pull it up.
Okay. Yeah. So I remember the name. Couldn't tell you what the car looked like because I'm not that type of detail person. I think we all.
Yeah, we all know that. Yeah, we're not.
But the name sounded familiar, and I'm like, did you do this one already? And he did, but completely a different type of drawing that you're going to do this time. So
different angle for sure. We did the other one more of a postery, definitely the monster style of it.
Well, you did so well last week with the realistic caricature. So I'm excited to see what you do this time.
So this is what we did last time. It's available on the website. I almost said where I work's website. Wow, they're really starting to brainwash me with that deal.
So did you have him coming out of the bubble here?
I was supposed to, yeah. See, that's the other thing I didn't like that I did. It really bothers me, like when you see, I don't know, like then the steering wheel's coming out the window and out the side and all this other stuff. I try when I'm doing, and this is me. I'm not saying that because listen, that's how Big Daddy did and all that kind of stuff. But I really like that. I like when everything seems the way it's proportionally, not proportionally, but physically supposed to be.
Right.
This one kind of bothered me that I drew it as a bubble and then I had him coming out of it.
Yeah.
With the bubble closed. So that's kind of always bothered me. Maybe subconsciously, that's why I was like, let's revisit. So we're gonna revisit.
So we're revisiting.
Yeah, but again, this photo of Big Daddy just sitting in there with his ratfink T-shirt on, and that grin on his face.
He wore his own stuff. Johnny always said every time we go out,
he is a promoter of his own goodies.
That I'm wearing my own shirts, and I'm like, why? It's self-promotion and it's cool.
It is definitely self-promotion. So we're gonna do what I do. So I like wearing my stuff. So anyways, that's what we're doing tonight. Yes. Road Agent again. Another fun cartoon. Again, another caricature of Ed Roth, which he's just fun. He's always just got, again, he's a little more really excited about being in the car versus the little grin he had. So I amped up his facial expression a little bit. And again, tried to hopefully capture Big Daddy in a fun way. So here you go. Tonight we're doing the road agent.
Yay!
So let's get into it.
Fun. Let me tell you who we've got.
Yeah, let's hear who's on tonight.
Lizzie Daughtry is joining us. Hello, you two.
Happy Monday night. Happy Monday as well.
We've got Spud Anderson joining us. Good evening, Sketchy Live.
What's going on, Spud?
Howard Pierpont joining us from Greeley, Colorado. 59 and partly cloudy there in Greeley.
Oh.
Talking about weather, holy crap. It was so hot here yesterday. We spent the majority of our day outside.
I don't know how much of that heat was because we were sitting next to someone doing an electric smoker, and we were sitting right next to it.
Yeah, it was pretty warm though yesterday, like almost to the point of the two of us passing out.
Yeah, it was quite. Not
90,
pleasant.
93 degrees with 0 wind. So yeah, we're feeling a little bit of the summer temps here in Florida. James Olchin is joining us. Jim O. Lincoln
what is up?
Is in the house. Holla.
Holla at us.
Troy Asher is joining us. New dad Troy Asher. I shouldn't
Very
even say
cool. Congrats.
His baby's several months old now. What up? What up? What up? Agent Asher in his house.
Nice.
Welcome. Julie Anderson joining Spud, I'm sure. We are in early tonight. No meetings or grocery shopping.
Well, hey, well, very cool. Thanks for hanging.
We were somewhat on time until the whole
and then you
refiguring.
Because I started to panic and I went,
is there
no.
Anything else we could do?
And I'm like in the 0 hour.
I know. 5 minutes.
I kind of already had this. I was I'm really happy with the underdraw of it, the little sketch. So I was like, no, I really like what it is. I'm just going to go with it. So if you're bummed or doing a car we've done before, I'm sorry.
It's completely different.
The cool thing is it's a different angle. Yeah. And again, we're recreating a photo that I just really I just really like the picture itself. So you'll have an opportunity to own a cartoon version of that picture tonight. So if you hang with us, please do.
Jim Collins says, hey, it's Monday night. Hello, everyone from Hobo's Hot Rod Garage in
What's up?
New York. Welcome. Jim Pollan with his amazing metalwork.
Yeah, just recent. I don't know if this is a recent photo, but it looks like he did some a panel for Danny. I can't think of his name, and I am screwing it up. Counts Custom. Yeah.
Way to salvage.
The Count himself. It looks like he did a panel or something, and either sent it to him or maybe the Count. I did a U. I didn't read.
Right. I know. You looked at it and you're like, oh, that's cool.
I thought, how cool is that?
I know. I do the same thing. I like browse. I'm a photo person. Like you would think
I felt
better on Instagram.
I felt good for him because a famous person had a panel. You know, unlike when he sent me a panel, it was.
We still have that panel.
Proudly displayed.
Love it.
I feel like we were in the early stages of that whole situation, so
we were.
We are proud to be on the ground floor.
One of the first pieces now.
One of the first pieces. I'm sure he had plenty
for a while.
Yeah, but we're definitely proud to have it.
Lizzie Daughtry, for anyone looking in the comments, has posted her Facebook page and her YouTube page for her handmade jewelry.
Nice.
Some amazing stuff.
Get that done, huh?
So Lizzie, every Monday night, she's advertising here on Sketchy Live. So go check it out. She does have some cool stuff going on over there. Very creative people in our broadcast on Mondays. The McCoys, speaking of more creative
people, yep.
Hello from Couillon Customs in South
Couillon
Louisiana.
Customs.
So they're not saying Maurice anymore. I wonder why.
Maybe they just got tired of you.
South Louisiana.
Maybe they got tired of you butchering it.
Marvin Kramer said, "Is Dennis down there with you?" ?
Well, no.
No, he's not.
No. What? Why are you?
Who is Dennis?
Right. It's another.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very. There are multiple names.
Okay.
Yes. That is also.
Okay.
Well, hold. It's fine. No, not yet.
No. To answer your question, Frank Pupello is joining
we're
us.
okay. Keep it on the DL for right now. Okay. Yeah.
Frank Pupello is joining us. Didn't you do the road agent before? Yes, Frank. Good observation. I think it was season 3.
Was
it
yes,
four?
it was. It was just
3?
last season.
Yeah.
Last season we did
No,
visit
last
Road
season
Agent.
was 4.
Okay.
So it was last.
I don't really care the number. I'm just telling you it was last
Well,
season.
maybe people want to know.
Well, then you could do that.
I will pull it up. I want to say it was the 3rd season. I thought that's where I saw you grab it from.
All I know is it was last season, or it was the season before.
It was 2021.
But this is a different take on it. So yes, we have done Road Agent before. Can you ever get enough of Ed Roth's cars? I can't.
It was not last season. It was, I want to say 2020. See if I can find it.
And this is why we're visiting again, because I can't get enough. I love them. You're
a super fan.
Yeah.
Season 3, episode 36. It aired on September 28th of 2020.
Yeah.
Great episode.
It was a fun episode, and we did a little bit different. So again, this is the idea of this is what we're creating, something a little bit different than the first time. Yeah. So listen.
Yes.
I enjoy the cars, and sometimes. But again, I saw this photo, and I was like, oh, I just love that photo of him.
And this was almost 2 years ago, and with the way you've been doing your caricatures.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come out even better.
Well, I hope so. That's my hopes.
Yeah.
And the car's a little more a different angle, so you really theoretically you could own both Road Agent, the poster size and the other one,
right,
and make a really cool group. And of course, there's some other. We did just met the Outlaw last week, so
right. Yes. Well, I'm sure there's others you did.
We're kind of doing a theme, and then happening without trying to do a theme, but yeah.
Larry Goss is joining us. Really cool, he says. Welcome.
Well, thanks.
Okay, so Lizzie is telling us that there's a big car show this Saturday at Bay Life Church in Brandon on Kingsway Road. It starts at 10. Now that may be something.
Yeah.
That we can go to. We, as you know, Johnny got Kona up and running. So I think we just need a little bit of fine tuning. Did you ever get gas the other day?
We are not fully gassed up, so we got to gas up.
So that may be a possibility. Brandon's quite a hike though for us.
Yeah, Brandon. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be quite a hike. We'll see. Draco said, "I still wear Draco Cycle shirts. Heck, I've got it. So why not?" Draco, I hope you put us down for one, because I did order one for Johnny. So.
Yeah, and if you, again, if there's any questions that you have or you need any help with that research and to do it, let me know.
Yes, reach out. Mama Wood is in the house.
Me,
Mom.
Excellent.
Love you, my babies. Welcome.
Hi, Mom.
Just talked with her earlier tonight.
Yes, you did.
Nice little conversation. Love her to death. Matt Lane York is joining us, raining in San Antonio tonight. Is that San Antonio, Texas, or San Antonio, Florida? Because there is one here. I'm just wondering.
Oh.
I'm sure it's Texas. Juan Alonso Gonzalez joining us. Good evening, folks. It's me again from Venezuela.
Well, welcome. We are happy that you're with us.
Indeed.
That's a place I'd love to go visit someday.
Venezuela?
Yeah, sure.
Anywhere in South America.
Yeah.
Joe Lombardo, hey from Jersey, just when you thought it was safe.
What's up, Jersey? How you doing, Joe?
The invasion.
Yeah, that's great.
Michael Williams, we're here.
And we're happy you are.
Can you hear us? He put here in parentheses.
Ah.
At HEAR in parentheses.
Oh, does that mean you can't hear us?
Hopefully you can hear me. I do have the mic.
A little more towards you, right?
Turn towards me.
Good.
James Ulchin said Count Customs, Dan Cocker. Is that who we're referring to?
Danny Coker. Danny Coker.
Coker.
Coker?
Cocker?
Cochran?
I'm not sure.
Sammy.
He spelled it Cocker.
I think it's Coker. Not like the tire Coker relation, but yeah.
Rick Remick is joining us. Rick from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Welcome. Another place I have I've laid over there.
Bucket list.
I've done layovers in Colorado.
We have multiple times, yes.
But never the full experience of leaving the airport. So
no.
Would love to do it.
It's on my bucket list for skiing back in the day, was to ski Colorado.
How much further would that have been? Probably a little ways.
From where I was?
Yeah,
A
'cause
little,
you were in
yeah,
Vegas.
quite a trek.
Where'd you
Oh,
go?
from Vegas?
No, where were you? In Reno?
I lived in California. What are you talking about?
Where'd you go skiing?
California. Lake Tahoe sometimes?
Oh, Lake Tahoe. That's what I'm thinking. I couldn't think of the name.
Mostly Bear Valley is where we skied.
Rick is actually saying Shop Rat Customs. That's where he's from. Fun.
Rock on.
I like that, Shop Rat Customs. Frank says, by the way, lots of great comments on the JJ Cadillac monster truck at the show.
Excellent.
Online. So, so you showed me the picture of the model. They had, Johnny and I had gone to the model show last year. Had a great time. So many cool things.
Great people.
We missed it this year because Johnny was working.
I had to work.
But Frank designed a Johnny hat
inspired hot
Johnny
rod.
Inspired hot rod, but basically
very
flipped up brim.
Yes,
hat,
very
so cool.
honored that you would even build something that had remotely.
Did you post that on your page?
I don't know.
Oh. We'll have to see. It's really a sight to see. Pretty cool. So you'll have to check it out. We'll have to make sure it gets posted.
It's very
on the page
cool.
if it's not already on there. Bob McLaren is joining us from Jersey as well. Hey all, welcome, sir. Ray Haas is joining us.
Mr.
Tonight.
Haas, what's up? How are you?
Our Jeep salesman.
Yes,
so
extraordinaire,
excited.
extraordinaire.
Friend for life. We've got Wesley Wilkerson joining us. Because you like Jeep so much, have you ever thought about drawing a honcho?
Every time I hear that.
What?
Like a mic honcho? Is that what you're talking about?
What's I don't understand the reference. What is it?
You don't know what a mic honcho is?
I don't know what a honcho. I know what a poncho is.
A mic honcho, it's fun.
No, what's my honcho?
That's if you're a fan of films, you would know what it means.
I don't. And we've already established that I have some serious learning disabilities with the films.
It's my honcho.
What is it? What is a honcho?
Well, one time when I was doing I got asked to do a Playboy spread, and I went under the name of Mike Honcho, or a Playgirl spread, excuse me. Playboy.
Wrong man.
And I did it under the name of Mike Honcho.
What is a honcho? Is it a Jeep?
Look it up, baby.
So you don't know.
I'm in the midst.
When you have me look stuff up, it means you don't know what it is.
Oh, is it?
It's a honcho. Oh, that is cool. That kind of looks like your gladiator concept.
Yeah. So it's the bigger version of it's the full size.
I can't see it.
Yeah. Wow, that was funny.
Yeah, that would be a cool cool design to do.
Jeep's been making pickup trucks.
He really hasn't.
For a long time.
He did one Jeep thing.
I didn't want to take. Yeah, I didn't want to just start
go balls to the wall.
Start doing a bunch of Jeep stuff, and then everybody goes, "What happened to hot rods, Johnny?"
Well, there are probably some classic Jeeps that you could do that would be kind of cool.
Sure.
Keeping it in the classic car realm.
I just
didn't. So maybe a honcho is coming. We don't.
I just didn't want to. You know what I'm saying?
Julie said, "IDK. It's kind of like being an outfit repeater." LOL. What is that referring to?
I don't know. Repeating of an outfit, I guess.
I don't know. Matt Lane York said we'll be in Kentucky at Beaversville this weekend.
What's up, Matt?
Yeah, so holiday
custom
weekend.
Custom couple from the Matt from the custom couple.
Holiday weekend, and already there's a couple shows going on that we know of.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what everybody's going to be doing this weekend. Lizzie said this is a great big car show with music and lots of vendors.
Cool.
Well, maybe we don't take photo. Maybe we could just stop by. You never know.
Who knows? We'll see.
Know.
You never know. Maybe we just make a stop in.
Chris Clark wants to know, do you ever do any shows in Texas? I'd love to meet you.
We would love to do shows in Texas. We would love to do shows everywhere.
Finding the time.
That's the problem. We just had a big invite to do a show, one of the shows in Pennsylvania, and it fell in a time when we've already got travel plans, and so I just wasn't gonna be able to do it. But I just really wanted to. It sucks.
Yeah, it's just
day job gets in the way, folks.
It really does. It really does. Michael Williams.
So buy some art. Go to johnnyjalopy.com. Buy some hat stickers and T-shirts and stuff. And definitely help me stop having to work a day job and just do this full time. And maybe we can do Sketchy Live 2 or 3 times a week. You never know. It would be great. And of course, on that note, we talked about maybe doing like an OnlyFans, so you can see ity-B do dancing and stuff for money. And wasn't OnlyFans?
No.
Oh, what was it? It was
Parthenon.
Parthenon.
Pantheon.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's
like
parkour.
Parthenon.
Parthenon. No, it's
Pantheon.
No, no. That's panty off. It's the one everybody's looking for is the panty off.
What's the name of it?
And we'll go ahead and have you pay some money to keep my panties on.
You wear panties?
Sure, guy panties.
What is it called?
Underwear?
No.
Oh.
The site.
It's called.
Something with a P.
Hold on, Patreon.
Page.
Parthenon. Is it a Greek temple?
It does sound Greek.
Is it the Parthenon?
Unreal. Michael Williams said, read you 5 by 5.
It means we can hear us loud and clear.
Oh, good. Is that a CV term?
It is a CV term, but I also believe it is just radio in general.
Oh, nice. John Devery said, hi, guys, from Minnesota.
Well, hey, John, how are you?
Juan Alonso Gonzalez said, hey,
Juan,
you can come whenever you like to Venezuela. I have a guest house near
the
beach. You're welcome anytime and a free ride in my Volkswagen bus.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's do this.
For reals, man.
We need to get passports. We need to get our shots or whatever they want us to do.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That would be fun.
Can you imagine?
No, that would be so fun.
Going to Venezuela?
I just think it would be cool to go to a country like that, Venezuela, where we were with somebody who's from there and really knows the cool places to go, places not to go, the places where we, all the
Jamaica experience.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely don't want another Jamaica. No, I'm sorry. Hey, I got us, you got us into trouble.
What?
Let me ask this guy where the beach is at. He'll know.
He looked like he was from there and was claiming to know and said, follow me.
Into this murder cabin.
So we followed him and almost were murdered. It's okay. We're here now. We're here now to tell the story. Ray Haas said, so I'll be going to Showtime on Wednesday night to drag race my car.
What?
Oh, and Johnny has to work. That you need to take off a Wednesday.
Gosh, listen, I can't. It's hard.
When you know he's going to be down there, that would be so.
Yeah, that would be fun.
The McCoy said Maurice has been upgraded to town now, but Brian is still considered the village idiot and proud of it.
Okay.
So Maurice, is it? I don't understand. Is it Maurice Town? Or is it still Maurice, Louisiana?
Maurice Town.
Is it Maurice Town? Draco said, congratulations. Oh, and then he said, OnlyFans for ity-B, great idea. Jeez. Yeah, it'll be like people paying me to not broadcast. Bob McLaren said, Venezuela is not part of the U.S., Itty. I know.
That's funny.
South America from the song. And then he's giving us Posada Village Gregoria on Instagram. Maybe this is a link to his Airbnb.
All right. Hey, listen, we sure thank you so much for the invite. You may be sorry you offered.
We have had everyone invite us to come visit their town. I am so excited for our retirement from normal jobs that we can go do this because
it does sound like a whole lot of fun, and
just to be able to see where everybody's from and to see your projects and to take time getting to know you and hearing your story, like that I think was the goal of the 51 when we had originally started to do that. We were trying to help give voice to people who don't normally have a voice. Like, for instance, your friend who, this guy he's an electrician, Art.
Yeah.
He's an electrician, but he doesn't have a way to tell his story. He has so many cool stories, car related, just how he grew up, things he did, how he grew up and built this business for himself that he has now, and how he learned all the things that he learned. I mean, just being able to hear that from other people. I mean, our story is out there for people to hear. Every Monday night, we're sharing something personal.
True.
Yeah. And we have an audience to do that for, but not everybody has the audience. And there are so many cool things about all of you that I think would be worthy of sharing with people. So that was our original idea with the 51, but it would just be a bigger deal to be able to visit places and see people's things. And
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it'd just be so much fun. It's definitely something we're looking forward to.
Some progress of where we're at.
Very cool.
The screen a little easier to see with the lighting.
Yes, it is actually way better, right, guys?
Cool.
Likes and loves if you're digging it so far. This one's going to be cool. Super cool. He's got the big hat on. Love it. Very cool. Color. What color is this car? Still
It's red.
Do the same color?
Of course. I'm not going to stray from the original color.
You can't stray. You can't stray.
Oops.
So what else is going on, Johnny?
That wasn't the code word.
Code word. Nothing to talk about. Now we have tons to talk about. Life has been great.
You're catching me when I'm trying to focus on getting this part of it right. So keep talking. Dead air. I read stuff.
Who else is going to car shows this weekend? Again, holiday
Where are you
weekend.
going? Yeah.
Holiday weekend.
Well, that's right. Very true.
Yeah. You do have a couple days off.
Yep.
But we're not sure exactly what our plans are yet. So
no, we sure don't.
Car shows could be a possibility. We have some things already planned for this weekend with our fellowship.
Well, yes, we have those things, and then a possible another situation that we're not yet disclosing.
Not yet.
Until we know for sure, but it's going to be pretty dang cool.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Russ Randall is joining us. Hi from Great Bend, New York. Welcome, Russ. Julie said, I miss the movie or TV cars. It is so entertaining. I enjoy those as well. And I mean, we were doing those for quite some time. There was a whole slew of them that we did.
Yes, we're going to get back to them. We're going to get back to them.
2020.
Yeah.
But I like them just because, like you said, there is so much to talk about with reference to the plot of the stories that I don't really know.
Well, the bummer part of this particular vehicle is I went and tried to do some research on it, and there's just not a lot written on it that I could find.
Nothing that I could read.
It definitely is a vehicle that, again, the model companies took and did a model of it. So that's another cool thing that got done with this vehicle. I believe it's another one of those where it was lost for a while, then refound, and then redone, and then there's been some tribute cars. So it's a very neat. It's a weird bubble top compared to some of the iconic
bubbled.
Well, it's also on like a Volkswagen chassis on this one. I want to say it's a Corvair motor, but it's got like the I-beam of a VW. So Roth really loved the VW platform, which is why Ian uses them so much, and it's just such a great little. You can just use them for so many different things.
It says here the Road Agent was built using an innovative powertrain with a Corvair engine and rear suspension.
Yep.
And then it was owned by Mark Moriarty from 96 to 2005, and he restored it back to its former glory. So I guess somebody must have.
Well, it was a big show car for a long time, so.
Just as is.
Yeah, so it made the shows. Like I said, I believe it was also was in the model deal that Ed had made. with Ravel as well, I believe.
It says September 26th of 2009. The road agent was sold at the Icons of Speed and Style auction that was held by RM Auctions at the Peterson Automobile Museum. Is that the one in LA that we went to?
That is correct.
Oh, so I've actually been to that one.
You have been to the Peterson. Love that museum.
The road agent was sold for $187,000.
How cool is that?
That's insane. Insane. Yeah, and then there's some pictures posted here with people posing next to it. Yeah, it definitely.
Larry Watson shot the first famous painter. Shot the first paint job on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What a neat hood ornament it has.
Just a Model T hood ornament.
This with the wings?
Yeah, it's Model T.
Oh. And then it says, built as a tribute to the road agent, the name Thor is an anagram of Roth. Ah, that's funny. The build was started.
That's a different car if you look.
Yeah, it's Colin Hiller, Dane's agent Thor.
That's the tribute car.
The tribute.
Yep.
So
totally different interior. With it, it almost looks like you ran some piping in too to get some AC in that sucker.
Yeah, there does look like there is a
very subtly done, which is really cool the way he did it. So if you get a chance, take a look at that vehicle.
So when they do the tribute cars, it would be something like if you were recreating the Space Junkie in your own style, if you were a fabricator.
Well, like right now, there's a gentleman named Fritz Schilnick, I think is the way you pronounce his last name, and he is doing a current tribute build of the Beatnik Bandit, and it is coming out phenomenally. And he's a very big Ed Roth aficionado as far as the way Ed built, and really sticking to the doing a lot of different things and trying to keep it very to the vehicle. Yes. Mm-hmm. So right down to same type of suspension, engine, all that kind of stuff. So that I can't wait for that car to come out. I've seen photos, and he's got a YouTube channel. Go check it out. And of course, he's got great DVDs about building fiberglass cars and building show cars. Phenomenal painters. Spritz by Fitz is his handle there. Super great guy. We also did a tribute to one of his, or a drawing of one of his cars, that was the Baja Bandito. Remember the one that was flying over the So that was Fritz's car. But he is currently building a tribute replica of the Beatnik Bandit, and it's going to be very exciting to see how that comes out.
Very cool. Hank wants to know, have you guys been ducked lately?
We have not.
No. I've never been ducked. I would have thought my own husband would have at least ducked me, but...
You got to make your car cool. Get rid of them skinny tires, I might do it.
Frank wants to know, how are you going to stimulate that great Roth Super Metal Flake? Oh, simulate.
Well, if you've seen how I do... Yeah, so we'll see if we're able to recreate that, but that's kind of the plan. We'll see if we can definitely recreate it. What's our time frame here, babe?
We're at 34 minutes.
Okay, good.
Barry Wayne is joining us. Hi from Southern Illinois. Welcome.
What's up, Barry? How are you? Great to hear from you.
What are you thinking, that you're going to take too much time?
Well, that's why I'm trying to rush the inking now, is to get us moving. It's a problem with me talking is I don't draw as fast.
No.
So.
Can't do two things at once.
No.
Hank wants to know, doesn't the dude that owns GAS, own this car? Doesn't he have it in his car museum?
I believe he does, along with many other Roth vehicles, including the Beatnik Bandit. He's got Beatnik Bandit. He's got this. I believe he does have Road Agent, the original Road Agent. And if not an original, definitely it's a very close copy of it, or they may have redone it. He's got Orbitron. He's got the flying UFO thing. I can't remember its name right now. Off the top of my head, I'm brain farting. He's got Surfite.
Can you imagine?
No. Oh my God.
And these are all the original ones?
As far as I I know for sure Orbitron is it's not the original, because Orbitron was found outside of a strip club in Mexico.
Oh.
Being used as a dumpster.
Oh.
Yeah. And we, of course, we've drawn that vehicle as well here on Sketchy. So if you'd like to check that out, I think you want to see that. It's around season 2.
Yeah.
Real quick, we did just a one color action on that little sketch.
Call him Johnny's Piss. He loves the Ed Roth cars. In fact, when I first met you,
Love 'em.
it was just that's all you talked about was his stylings and how he did things.
Yeah.
And then trying to emulate his art and just his style for things. I mean, you were just
Well, that's just it. So there's, when it comes to his art, so many guys that were doing art for Roth Studios. So there's a lot of art that wasn't
his per se.
necessarily Ed's original drawings and stuff, but they worked for Ed, and
Ed approved, probably.
yeah, he had a hand in them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be a fly on the wall in those places, man, would have been great.
Let's see.
But we're coming along. Just gotta get that other tire done. I'm gonna lay some color down, and we're moving along. I just think it's such a fun. I just love it. Even my little stupid caricature of him, just this little.
His little face.
Certainly not a little face right now because it's kind of big, but definitely that look of, how fun is this?
Robert Frost is joining us. Hello from Indiana. Welcome, sir. Draco said, I love Surfite. You should do it sometime.
Yes, I have actually done Surfite in some renderings, a couple different versions. I did. I didn't want to stick to the original Surfite, and I did it with an extended front end on it. And I now have gone back and redone some sketches that I want to play with and maybe do here on Sketchy, where it's almost an extended front end with a giant size tires in the rear end and a blown motor in the front, but still keeping the little Surfite body, which would be fun. Almost like a gasser version of it. So
yeah,
that's to come. Yeah,
we'll bring it over. I know in the past couple weeks we've been talking to you guys about Johnny's original art, which we are still getting together. We've talked with
too much of it
with Hank about it, and he's we're figuring out a way to get it on the website so we can provide a one and done capability.
Yeah, we want to be able to where it's a fair deal. Nobody ends up buying multiple copies, and then it's not an original type thing, and then there's problems. So we're working out all the details. So if you are able to get yourself one of those originals, it is an original and it's only yours. So.
Right. Now there might be prints available of that.
Yeah, so there will still be certainly prints available of some of that artwork because we've already have it in the rotation of prints.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's a win-win because we're clearing out house here, clean house.
It's a win-win.
And a win for you because you'll get some really cool art.
I think so.
I think so too. You've got quite a bit of it. I mean, when I'm talking drawerfuls and stuff.
Who knows? Maybe one day it might be worth something.
There was a point when we used to do shows. One of the sizes that we offered were little 4x6s. Was it 4x6?
Yeah.
And we actually had them matted. Actually, I think it was
we matted them.
It was 3x5. We matted them with a 4x6 mat, and then they were ready for framing.
Mm-hmm.
But we brought those to shows. We used to do billet proof.
Yes, when we would do billet proof, we had those were fun.
In Florida every year.
The little 4x6s were a fun little.
They were a big seller.
Piece to own. Yeah.
I mean, I would love to be able to offer that size for people now too. I just don't know if we would do the matting and everything. It might just be like a.
That's the problem. Is that it was so cool in their little mats. It was such a neat little.
Because we would get colored mats and we would mat it, with the print. They came out really cool, and we still have a few of those laying around.
Yeah, we bring them back.
So we were doing some as giveaways. We were throwing some in the mystery boxes that we had. I know we've done that a couple times. So,
what's a mystery box?
It's a mystery box.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. John Devery said, I'm the president of the River Rats Car Club, and I draw all the club members' cars with the ratfink style rat and the big shifter coming out of the car.
Very
Is
cool.
there any other way to do it? That is the only way to do it.
That's awesome, man.
Louis Pinato says Orbitron was owned briefly by a local lawyer in El Paso, Texas, as a collateral for legal services. How it ended up in Juarez, Mexico, is a mystery, but it was full of trash and essentially used as a dumpster. It was a very crude vehicle to begin with.
It was definitely a different kind of deal, and again, it was a show car, so it's not like we're talking about a. It didn't intend for it to be a streetable car. It was strictly a show car.
So what is that difference when you're saying there's a? I mean, is it just not equipped with seatbelts and like
no,
street
so
legal stuff?
so just like so every car we've built,
Right.
They're not. The intention isn't necessarily for street, which means you're doing specific things that is not a bubble car in the hot sun with a bubble down. It's unbelievably hot. So imagine driving that.
So those
30 miles
with AC.
So
none of those had AC.
No.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Okay.
No. So the idea was it would show up to a show. You look at it and go, "What is that?" But the reality is it would drive up into. Now there are custom cars that are definitely streetable and they've been made, and there are a few bubble tops out there where guys have made them to where you could drive them with the tops on and piped in AC and stuff like that. But these specific cars, Ed was trying to win trophies and points, and get kicked out of car shows. It sounds like from our last,
from what I heard.
when we were doing our research on the Outlaw, right? That was one of the things. They almost had to. They kept changing the rules
just to get them to not
win
be part of it.
Yeah.
Win. Yeah. Can you imagine the bubble top here in Florida in love bug season?
That's what I'm saying.
That would be nuts.
Yeah, and then just not to mention, like look at Space Junkie 2. I mean, that thing is so long. It's almost as long as a dragster, like a slingshot dragster. That's
turn radius on that.
No turn radius.
No U-turns in Florida.
So, and then imagine driving that down the freeway with the roads as crappy as they are.
Yeah.
It would destroy the car by the time we were done. So, I mean, specific cars are.
Well, I mean, when he built these, well, like when Ian built his, did they have shocks and all that stuff? I mean,
well, they have suspension, of course.
Yeah. So just not meant for all terrain.
Well, again, look at the front of this car. So we'll go. Give me 1 second. Let me finish this rear tire up, and then we'll go to the front, and we'll look at exactly what is the suspension on this particular car. And then we can even go back to that photo if you'd like. Let's do that real quick. So let's go back to the photo. So it's a solid axle front end. Okay. So a solid piece of steel way out in the front of the vehicle. And then it's 2 cups with some motorcycle springs inside of it, which meant the coils are probably 1, 2, 3. So your Jeep has coil springs, but if you were to go count the amount of springs or turns in that spring, it's probably 20, 30, maybe or less. But there's maybe 4. So the travel on that spring is it's super soft. So imagine hitting a bump, and then you got this. There's an extended piece of steel that's mounted to the actual axle itself that goes back into the steering components that hold the axle up to. It's one solid piece of chrome. So, I mean, was it drivable?
Maybe off.
Probably not.
Off a tow truck.
Yeah, not to mention. So, like, let's look at our friend here, the beautiful Beatnik Bandit. It was a yoke, a solid piece coming out the top here. See right inside there. See that? That's the steering wheel. It was driven. You would steer it by moving the yoke, almost like in an airplane, to steer it. So imagine doing 30 miles an hour trying to steer off to the side. Space Junkie 2. Yeah. You steered the little steering wheel here that was this big,
And your accelerator.
And the accelerator was up here like a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And then you had to push forward to hit the brakes.
I don't think my brakes.
So imagine doing 70, 80 miles an hour short as the way people brake in front of you in a car that has perfect brakes. How many times have you almost rear-ended somebody?
Me, never. You.
Oh my God, whatever.
When I first got the Jeep, I had told you I felt like the steering on that was a little jumpy. And what I meant by that was I had to constantly do this.
Recorrection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas I had an Equinox before, and I could literally steer that thing with my knee for
Yeah.
miles upon end, and it wasn't a problem.
Right. And
So
what was the reasoning? What was the difference?
Because you said it had something suspension steering.
Well, so your Equinox has independent suspension.
Independent suspension.
This has solid axle. So immediately
So
there.
solid axle.
So immediately there, the front end, the geometry of what you're going to feel through the steering wheel is totally different than in both, because this suspension is set up totally different.
I'm super used to it now.
Not to mention,
when the first couple times I drove it, I was like,
the tire size on this compared to what you had is
That's
much
true.
bigger, much more aggressive.
It is. And the tires that tread themselves.
Yes, the tread. Yes. That is the well-known symbol for tread.
It is.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows. So yeah, I can imagine. So if that was set up basically the same way.
Well, again, yeah, it was a very single. I mean, now your Model A's and all your early 30s up until almost to the 50s, independent suspension started coming in there, like the 51. It's got it's independent suspension per se, but it's got A-arms, so there's springs inside those that flex like this, versus a solid axle that had a buggy spring that went over the top, and it would push up against the spring itself, and as it would hit a bump, it would make the spring move.
Right.
This has little. Now, our Volkswagen that we currently drive, the suspension is set up very much like Ed did this car. It has motorcycle springs. It doesn't have Volkswagen springs.
And that's because it was stretched out.
Well, it was because that's, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
guys, I told you, educational here, right?
I don't know if it's educational or how much shit
I'm learning a lot.
Well, I don't know how much I'm really, if I'm 1,000% accurate, I'm not claiming to be a know-it-all. Just enough to impress my wife to think thinks I know stuff.
No, you have to know car parts to be able to draw them like you draw them.
I think it's good that I've at least impressed you, and that really is that's a win-win. So
it is. One of these days, I'm gonna do the My Cousin Vinny thing and do the Ford Tempest. You're going to be impressed.
Listen, there's been many times I've already been impressed by things that you've said and knowledge that you've picked up just from listening. So
they were lucky guesses.
Okay, your words, not mine, but yes.
Louis Piñato said my favorite was the Beatnik Bandit. It's one of Johnny's.
That is my ultimate favorite car.
Can you imagine getting the opportunity to ride around in that thing?
No, I can't imagine.
I wonder, how does this bubble come up? Is it a front bubble or a back bubble?
Well, lift it.
Does it?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Oh, so that's true to how it was. So it's a back.
That is correct.
Okay, because the other ones that I've seen,
this one opens from the front.
Right. Interesting.
And that was, that's all part of building a bubble car too. Is how is it going to open? I mean, as Ian and I were talking about, how do we do the bubble on Space Junkie 2? What do we do? And then, the more and more he was thinking about stuff he'd already tried and wanted to try, we were like, man, this thing is, we're building it so much like a streetable slingshot dragster. Why don't we keep with the dragster theme? And the bubble doesn't open, the whole body opens up like a funny car.
Right.
So that was doing something that's different. And I've seen, there's a lot of guys that have done that too. A lot of folks will do, different types of ways they open the bubble. At one point, we even talked about, we were trying to do like an actuator type thing that would maybe even slide back on some stuff that we've done. And it's just neat how that's the fun part of just trying to figure out how you're going to get this to work.
That's all in the design element.
Yes.
Draco said to print the mat on the drawing. That's an interesting idea.
Print the what?
The mat. Remember we were saying we probably wouldn't mat them, and maybe just do a black outline on it, or whatever color outline. That's interesting because it would be smaller, so we wouldn't be It wouldn't be a ton of ink.
Yeah, that's.
You might be able to do a cool little design.
Maybe.
Something to think about. Something to think about.
Yeah, thanks, Draco.
I've been tossing around the idea of offering the smaller ones. I know we had done the trading cards at one point. We had trading cards. I think a few of you might have sets of those.
Which I'd love to revisit.
calendar.
I'd love to revisit the trading cards. Those were cool.
Yeah. Especially since we have so many of the sketchy designs. I think what Hank was saying was to do a compilation of each season.
Yeah.
So it's totally doable. Tracy Courtville's joining us. Hello, my beautiful
What's up,
friends.
my friend? How are you?
I've been listening to you, but driving in the pouring rain.
Oh, be careful.
So he couldn't text, but he's been here. He just pulled off in the driveway, got to unload groceries, and it's pouring. So I'm with you till it slacks off a bit. I've missed you guys and my army friends. And then he wishes a happy anniversary to Paul Marziani. That's true.
Yes,
Paul
happy
Marziani,
anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Are you not doing it with me?
Oh.
Happy anniversary. You already messed it up. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. He doesn't matter.
Happy anniversary.
Maybe on the playback.
If it's his anniversary, he better be out to dinner.
Should be, yes.
With his girl.
Good points.
Drake
Point taken.
Ford Tempest. Wonder what the track is on that.
It's Positrack.
It's Positraction. Lewis says, please do a close-up of this sketch. Thank you. Let's look. We'll zoom in again.
Give me 1 second. We'll do a zoom here. Hold on.
I've already zoomed.
Okay. Cool.
Draco said, I really liked the cards. Yeah, something we'd like to revisit. Johnny is, you were supposed to be ordering wristbands. I don't know if he's done it yet.
I haven't.
Those will get ordered this week for sure. And maybe a new couple items. We talked about some other stuff too. So we will see. Maddie Bunce joining us.
Mattavius Buntus.
A little late, but I am here. Welcome, Matt. Are you back from vacation? I don't know if you saw his photos, but he went on some vacation in the middle of nowhere. It looked very woodsy, and apparently he was cooking again.
Nice.
He's quite the chef.
Not a chief.
I understand. Mattavius Buntus, chef.
Not a sheaf.
He says, yes, I am home. It's not the worst, though.
Yeah.
When you're like in such a fun place, like when we went camping, I was like, I want to go home,
but I don't want to go
home. Shower properly, but I don't want to go home. I want to eat breakfast with no eggs, or breakfast with no cheese.
Oh my god.
Or breakfast with no
anything.
potatoes.
Yeah.
There was something missing every day.
Stupid.
But I want to go again. I love vacation. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
You know, there are people that I've talked to that travel for work and hate every minute of going.
Yeah, but you're working.
Yeah, but not.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
I don't know.
I've traveled for work, and it's cool to a point, but then you're working.
You're just sitting there. You're not really working. You're attending conferences.
It's still
not really
work. Oh, is it? It's not?
You have tons of free time. It's not conferences from 8 to 5. It's not.
No.
You have plenty of free time, sir. You haven't done a conference in quite some time.
Yeah, I'm quite happy about it.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see if my office, my agency does a get together of sorts.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Maybe for the higher ups.
No, well, for you'll have to pay for it.
Oh.
Like to come to our conference?
Yeah. Well. All
right, so this is my technique for coloring stuff in, and I don't know if anybody's ever really paid attention to what I do. So I like to fill it all in, and lay color down, lay different layers of color down, and then go back and erase it.
Well, I think when you're doing the colors, aren't you also blending?
At some points, yes. So I've already done a couple. Like this was multi-layers up here, and then single layers. And there's some stuff I want to keep a certain color.
Right. So that's
just, I don't know.
That's an easier way to do it than try to stay in the lines and be blending.
I think so. Sometimes it lends to a more Yeah, especially when you're blending colors.
But this is a way different technique than what I've seen everyone else use. You're the only person that I know that does it backwards like this.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. How do they do it?
They color in what they want colored in, and they'll erase a mistake, but they're not erasing what they purposely just colored over. But it works for you. I mean, I noticed that the first time I really noticed it different was when I was watching Kat, the artist.
Oh, color in different stuff?
When she did our rendering, she drew Johnny and I she did like in a pin-up-y type cartoony style. But when she was drawing it, she was coloring it in as she went along with color in purposeful places. And I was like, that is not how you do it. Like you basically just color over everything, blend all your colors, do all your fixing, and then you erase what you don't need. Whereas she was just coloring it in. And I mean, I'm not watching a ton of other artists draw because, I don't spend a whole bunch of time on social media for that stuff. But the couple that I have seen, that is not how they do it. So are any of you artists using these drawing programs? How do you do it?
Maybe I'm just doing it weird then, I guess.
It's what works for you. And you've developed a speed this way and an accuracy this way. So it works. Matt Bunn said, I have a friend that works for Hooters Resorts. She just got back from Mexico. Yeah, like how would that be bad? That would be so fun.
Right.
Rex Kaiser is joining us. Hi, Johnny and ity-B. Watch the episode of you and Ian on the Johnny 5 today.
Nice.
Pray you get that car someday.
Me too,
That's
man.
Cool. I know.
Oh, goodness.
It kills us because it could have been. You could have had it.
Well, yeah.
That's okay. There will be others. We're looking forward to future opportunities for Johnny and Ian to work together. Hopefully they call and ask, because I'd love to have you get out there again and collaborate with him. You just have so much fun when you go out there.
I really enjoy it. He's just such a fun guy to work with, and I believe we kick butt when we're together. So
a lot of similar ideas and visions for things, and
for sure,
work all together. So we will see what happens in the future. Juan Gonzalez says, what model is that drawing board you use? Don't know if it calls like that. Are you talking about the program or the device? The program is Sketchable, which, by the way, Johnny just finished, and I believe you sent him all the photos too. We just did
looks like they were downloading some of it today.
Okay.
So very soon.
Did a write up, and where are they going to post it? Did they say?
In Sketchable's program stuff. So I'm basically going to be an affiliated artist with the Sketchable app. So it's kind of cool that they'll be promoting my stuff as one of their kind of artists type thing. And
they reached out and asked for a little bit of background stuff. They had some specific questions that we answered, and then they were pulling from some of Johnny's art to be able to put in.
So very grateful that for that opportunity, because I love the app, and it has been the app that I've used. So
it's been his app of choice. It's been the only app that you've used. So.
I mean, really, that's very true. It's such a good. It works for what we do here, and I love. It works great with this. The device I do. So
what we do on Monday nights. And this device is the Microsoft Surface Book 3. I want to say it's the 3. So we had considered going to a Mac or Apple product.
For a split second, I did.
It wasn't for a split second. We were in the Mac store a couple times.
Yeah.
Or the Apple store. I don't know why I keep calling it Mac.
I don't either. It's quite funny.
But he's worked on this for years this way, and all of our devices in the house phones, tablets, other laptops are all Android.
Yep.
So we decided to stay with this format, but it's enabled you to continue using this program. You would have had to learn an entirely new computer and an entirely new program, really,
Yeah, I mean,
because
it's
their
just
apps are
it
quite
just
different.
it
I'm
just
sure.
works totally different, and I really enjoy this app.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a fun drawing program and a fun drawing app, Sketchable is great. Pretty sure it works with any of the Android devices. I don't even know specifically if it's not capable of Mac as well. So
Oh, it might be.
they may have a version of that. I don't know enough. I never said I was the spokesperson for them.
Now, do you know if it works with a device that is not touch sensitive?
I don't understand what you're saying because this is a drawing program specifically for screens. So.
Oh, okay. So you won't be able to plug in like you used to have the.
Oh no, I bet you it would. That's still a drawing device, babe.
Okay.
So yeah, that would probably work with that.
Yeah. Bob McLaren said, "You see the pixie and posted today painting the bug yellow."
Yes, I did see that. Yep.
Rex Kaiser said, "You and Ian are awesome together. I got an Instagram today of Ian painting the car today."
Everybody has seen it.
Raphael VW is joining us.
What's
Raphael,
up? Mofongo power, baby.
Mofongo power. Love you guys. We love you too. Thank you for your constant support.
Good guy there.
This man, every day, smile on his face.
Yes.
Smile on his
very,
face.
Very
loving
positive
life.
Dude.
Oh my gosh. I've never met anybody so in love with life. And he's got some cool toys. He's got some cool Volkswagens.
Just in general, just a very, very kind
and he's in healthcare.
Person.
So yeah, that tells you right there, kind person. Just amazing guy. We love you. Tracy Corfield said, everybody wants Johnny. Yes, they do. Get in line. Get in line. Jason LaFiva is joining us. I love the picture of you and Ian giving each other high fives over Space Junkie. One of my favorite pics.
That is actually one of my favorite photos too. So, yeah.
What a moment.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of moments in my friendship with Ian that I wish I had photos of, like us barbecuing pizza on a Weber grill in the middle of the shop or one of the properties when he was, for the first shop he was not the first shop he was in, but where I met him. Yeah, that was a fun moment. One of my other most favorite photos is that really high photo taken of me. I think I'm texting you, to be honest. And the Space Junkie is in pieces, and it's all taped up and masked off, and in the middle of the shop, and it's this big high photo. Such a cool. So many fun times. Somebody was asking me about Dude, which we miss Dude. So I'll share with you one of my most fondest moments is the first time I met Dude. If you go back and you watch the very first episode that I'm on, I walk into the shop and I'm completely filthy because that dog, from the moment that I met him, was so lovable and immediately with paws on my chest, and it was just, from him walking in the shop. I had a fresh, shirt, and I was like, I'm gonna be on TV. I gotta look good. And I walk, so I'm like, oh man, I'm walking to the shop and I look filthy. So
came home in dog hair.
Yeah, there was plenty. But so then that night I stayed in the shop, and Ian sent me with a sleeping bag and here's where you're gonna sleep and stuff like that.
Which he loved, by the way. This was
it was full custom boot camp. It was the best.
It was the best.
and then immediately within couple like an hour or so, it's time difference. So I'm trying to go to sleep. I can't really sleep. I'm so excited. All I hear is helicopters flying over. We're in freaking
Ventura.
We're in Van Nuys.
Oh, man.
So it's in Van Nuys. It's in the middle of it's pretty shady area and stuff. I'm staying on the outside truly of where the gated shop area is, inside this trailer that was like an office that was turned into like another part of the studio where Brooks would set up and stuff, and do sound. And then in the very back, there was this room that he had thrown a sleeping bag on the floor. And he's like, oh, you want to stay here? I'm like, yeah, do whatever. And then, so, it's super quiet. I'm freezing. It's super cold that night. I'm freezing.
He didn't plan for it.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. And then all I hear is this like running, and then the bash, the door kind of opens up, and then I'm just mauled, and I'm like, what the hell? And it's dude, and he basically kicks me out of my own sleeping bag, and stayed pretty much with me that for a little while through the night, and then
he was keeping you warm.
I guess
Ian was probably like, the guy doesn't have enough blankets.
Yeah.
Did bring a sweatshirt. Go snuggle with
Well,
him.
Ian was so worried. He's like, dude, I got this space heater, but this everything in here is pretty flammable. So, if you want it on, you can do it. It's no big deal. But if you don't want it on, I totally understand. I'm like, oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be full custom fire.
Yeah, I was really worried about that too. So it was pretty funny. It's a good time though.
I just remember you calling
Best
me
memories.
And like, I didn't realize it was going to be so chilly out here.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, it wasn't like I wasn't from there.
First time you went was January. It was in January.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I wasn't from there. So,
but it was like LA, so it shouldn't have been that cold.
No, but I already started. How long I had lived in Florida by now, and basically it acclimated to being from Florida. And I go back out to California, think I'm going to dress like I used to, which was I'd have a sweatshirt and a pair of shorts, and then thinking, oh, this would be super warm, and I usually would toss the sweatshirt off. And immediately I was like, oh my God, it's freezing.
And then next time he went, he brought like 6 sweatshirts. We had 3 luggages.
Yeah. All of them sweatshirts. Yeah, it was pretty fun. But a great memory. So much fun.
I remember there were a couple times where you were going out there and you're like, are you sure you don't want to come?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I wouldn't want to be in the way. Not in the way of what you guys were doing, but in the way of those experiences.
And you would have been.
I wouldn't have slept in a sleeping bag on the floor.
No.
I probably would have slept with the dog, but I wouldn't have been in a sleeping bag on the floor. I wouldn't have, I would have been like, where can we go for dinner rather than make a pizza on a grill?
You know what? I take that back. I did not sleep there the first time.
Oh.
I did not. We got a hotel because it was the first time I was meeting. Remember? That's right. So the first time I went, it was only for a couple days.
Wow.
And I stayed at a hotel. It was the next time I went, which was like a month or so later.
After,
yeah. But I went back where we were doing the painting, and that's when I stayed in the thing, and that's when that all happened. But the whole dude thing getting me all dirty was the first. Yeah, it was pretty cool. But the trek and where I got at my hotel from Van Nuys to where I was like way too far away.
It was like 2 hours.
Yeah,
away.
I was like, that was dumb.
Oh my God.
But I knew the area, so I was like, well, at least I know the area up here where I'm really staying. And it sucked because that was the part I was like, man, I really wish I could stay and just hang with Ian.
Right.
Because he'd be like, oh, shit.
And then he was like, giving hints of maybe he's kind of tired. But he was on, like, he wasn't married then. So it was just him and the dog.
Yeah.
And he was on like his own schedule of how he did things. And it was basically just work all day. And he'd start
that
early.
That dude is a worker. Yeah. Unbelievable.
But I mean, that was like full focus. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad I didn't go, but I would like to meet him. And I'd love to meet Jamie now. He's married. And...
Yeah, I think it'd be such a fun time to go and get to hang with them and that kind of stuff. They're just great people. So
yeah,
very, very blessed to have met them and have the experience of it. But man, every time was fun. I mean, I could tell there was some. I mean, we stayed in hotel rooms. There was times.
And with the dog.
Oh my God! There was one time we were staying in when we were building the 3FV, the Funky Futura. We're staying in Ventura, and so we're staying in a hotel. In are we all right?
Yeah, I fell.
Oh, pick you up. And we were staying in a Motel 6 because we had the dog, so it was very much like. Doing it to where there would be no problems with the dog being in there and stuff like that. But I remember it was like the first night we get done, we're working. So, maybe it was the second night, and we stop and we get a shit ton of beer, and then then we get back. So Brooks like, yeah, he got like he gave us money to get food, right? And he's like, yeah, here's your quite a bit. And Ian's like, man, we're gonna eat good tonight. I'm like, okay. So we look around, we find this Chinese restaurant. So Ian can put it down. That guy could eat, man. Especially then. I don't know so much now. He's a very healthy guy, and now that Jamie's there, but he could throw down. But what's funny though is he's ordering all this food, and he's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know, maybe some rice."
Number 6.
Yeah.
All the menus.
Yeah. But he was like, "Yeah, give me that." And he was like 15 different appetizers. So and the lady on the phone goes, "How many people are there?" He goes, "Just 2 of us." She goes, "Oh my God, you guys eat a lot."
How many fortune cookies did you get?
Probably like a handful.
Okay.
Enough for like 12
That's
people.
probably why she was asking how many.
I don't know. No, it was very much like anyways. So the funny thing is, so Ian's schedule of eating was I like as soon as I got there, it was like, it's hot, I'm gonna eat, right? So
Right.
I ate, and then he just crashed, totally went to sleep, and he would sleep for like an hour or two. No, he'd sleep for like an hour, 2 hours. So I just sit up and I'd be watching TV, and then he'd wake up and then just totally grub down, like throw down, and then he's like, "All right, man," and he goes back to sleep. Like, what? I would have been like, "Oh my God, I smell like a heartburn." And he's feeding the dog, and the dog's eating, and dude ate like a king that night. But dude, there's all that food in the room.
He didn't touch it.
Never touched it. Never touched it. Maybe touched it. Never touched it. Yeah, it was awesome. It was, but again, such a fun time. It was so fun.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that story. That was quite the highlight. I'm like, really? Chinese food? That's your highlight? But those are the things that happen behind the scenes that nobody gets to see.
No, it was so fun, and then like I said, it was just the fun part of just that lady. How many people do you have?
Just the 2 of us.
Just 2.
Jason Lefevre said, "Rest in peace, dude."
Great yeah, we dog. Miss him. He was a good dog.
Yeah. Doc is joining us tonight. Another great drawing of a great build, indeed. And again, Doc, if you weren't on earlier, Johnny has done this one before.
We have sketched this one. We have sketched this one. So
a little different, and from a couple of years ago. So the styling is slightly different. We've got a different angle going on, a different scene in general.
Yeah, I was looking at some photos, and this is one of the reference photos I used, and it's just a fun picture of Ed, and Big Daddy just with a grin on his face, and I just like, I want to really do that. So here we are. Okay, let's get back to the drawing after my stupid stories.
Now, what color is his hat?
It's gonna be black because it's a top hat.
Okay, because you have the RF in black.
I have the RF in black, yes, but it's also looking through the bubble, so that's why I'm not concerned really with that part of it, because it would be reflecting that color anyway. So
sure. Frank Pupello said, "Looking great." Yeah, this is a fun one. I would have loved to have seen you work with Ed. Can you imagine?
Yeah, whatever.
That would have been cool.
Sure.
Actually, your stylings are influenced by who he was as an artist. So you basically right on track with what he was thinking in his head.
It would have been cool for him to see my art and maybe have him comment on it or something like that. But but that's all right. Yeah. I'm a fan, so I continue to do what everybody else who are also big fans of his work and what he did for the hot rod community and the custom community. And I did it again with the wrong layers, but that's okay. We can fix it.
Well, and just the fact that just by you doing these drawings just brings it back to people's remembrance for those that knew him and know his art or know
Well, that's the
what he
hopes,
did.
is that
And then
it
for all
keeps
the new
it keeps it
people.
alive. You know what I'm saying? So, for the next group of people that are searching for, you know, their influences and different stuff like that, it's keeping this stuff alive.
You just shared with me today something that somebody had posted about the new generation of kids.
Yeah.
That are seeing this stuff.
I mean, I didn't write it, so.
Well, no, you didn't, but somebody had posted it on your page. And it really is, I mean, I know this generation is all about what can I get that's the quickest or newest technology and have the top of the line things. Like we went with my daughter to get a car and she was like, I absolutely have to have a backup camera. I'm like, okay.
Sounds like a mom.
But that's, I enjoy mine. But I don't need it. I learned how to drive many years without a backup camera. But I don't know. There's got to be a whole area where where these kids can tap in, like just to be able to keep it alive, so those kids can still be interested in it.
Well, and again, not,
and
you don't want to paint with a big paintbrush because it's not all kids from this generation.
It's not.
There are lots of kids that are interested in hot rods and cars because their parents are in it, and
that's what I'm saying. So having something where they can go and see the history of this kind of stuff. Like, do they even still have shop class in high school? I don't even know.
Some places they don't.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like you watch the movie Grease and they were basically redoing that car. I mean, but that was like a shop class.
Let's use a really bad reference.
Well, it was shop class and they wound up redoing the car. I don't remember our shop classes. We did have shop class in my high school.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
It was mechanics. It wasn't bodywork.
You don't. I would bet you, and again, you don't know because you weren't interested in that stuff. I bet you your shop did have a bodywork part of their shop.
I think my brother was in it, and I don't think it did.
I'm gonna bet you did. Mine did.
It did?
Mine had auto body.
Really?
Yeah, mechanics and auto body was a separate deal.
Did you take that class?
I did not. I was playing sports. I was too busy with sports and acting. I was taking drama classes. So
that's true. Frank said, "Did you get to meet Gene Winfield?"
I did not.
No, they were in the same building. When you went to SEMA, he was there.
Yes, he was.
And he was.
I was
feet away from
2-3 feet away from Gene Winfield, and I did not meet him, and I regret it.
And then since Ian has moved out to the desert near Gene, within miles of his home, when you've gone out,
I think that's great that you just now get him his location by not purposely telling where he's at, but
What do you mean?
All you gotta do is look on a map. Gene's shop is on a map. Careful what you're saying at this moment. Not getting on you. I'm saying be careful.
What do you mean?
I'm telling you at this moment, stop talking about where he's at.
Anyway. And you didn't go visit him when you were there?
We did not get a chance to go visit him.
And I think he was even doing, oh no, that was the following weekend. He was doing a class.
Yes.
That you could have gone to had you stayed a couple extra days.
But I think Gene was actually out of town when I was there. So.
Right. And then he was coming back for the class.
Right.
Which you could not stay for.
No, I could not.
Frank said he is on my list to meet one day. I'm sure he's on your list as well.
Absolutely. And seems a very great person as well. And that's the reason why I'd love to meet him, is just because it just seems like a great person.
Well, and all the knowledge that he has.
Absolutely. He's a legend. He's a legend. Living legend.
Have you drawn some of his cars?
I have not.
That might be something fun to do.
Yeah. It's just, Gene's still building cars and stuff. So it's, talking about, that kind of stuff. He's still here. So.
Yeah. That doesn't mean you can't draw some.
Yeah, I suppose.
There's a slew. I remember you showing me a bunch of them. In fact, we saw several of them when we went to that.
Yes, we did.
Peterson Museum. Matt Bunn said, my neighbor, she is 72, was friends with Big Daddy Roth. She is very well connected in the car/hot rod world.
Very cool.
John Devery said, I met him. He is a great guy. I'm assuming he's talking about Gene Winfield. Yeah. That guy still traveling around from what we've seen.
Pretty amazing.
Holding these classes and showing up at car shows and signing
Hardest working dude
and,
there is.
Yeah.
He definitely is not letting his age stop him.
Nope.
At least not, working against it, that's for sure. Gets up with a purpose. So
that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
No matter what age you are, right? I'm going to zoom in on what we're doing here so people can see some of the detail work.
Okay.
Oh, he's got on this t-shirt. Super cool. Look at them, even the way you're doing the eyes. So cool.
Well, I'm trying to find the layer where I did his skin, and I seem to be trying to find.
Little detail things that when you wind up panning out, just make it look a little more. Super cool. Guys, likes and loves if you're digging this. So far, we have 37 likes, love, and cares.
All right.
I can't tell when they're hitting the button.
That's okay.
Like I used to be able to. Like I used to be able to see if they hit loves.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And now I can't. It just shows up here as a love, like, or
Hey,
care.
we'll take it anywhere we can get it.
So maybe when you were talking about the dog, somebody put care,
Yeah.
or hard to tell when it happened. Yeah, that's the one thing about using this is I'm not able to see that immediate interaction. We can only see the end result of that interaction. We're at an hour 22 minutes.
Okay.
But he's really close to wrapping this one up. It looks great. The colors are super vibrant. A+ on the lighting because it's a really, I don't know if you can see this.
Much better.
Totally.
Good.
Much more true to color.
Okay, good.
Rex Kaiser said he's been to the KKOA Lead Sled show in Salina, Kansas. Gene has been there just about every year. I have his signature on a picture of him. He's a cool guy.
He definitely seems like a very cool guy.
Super down to earth.
And again, I really wanted to meet him at SEMA. I mean, I had every opportunity, but
I don't know why you didn't.
Because everybody was all over him, and I just felt like I just didn't want to do. I don't know. I just didn't want to do that to him. He was already.
I think he's probably used to that.
Maybe, but it to me at the time when I had the opportunity, it was already a lot. It was a lot. There was a pretty big crowd. Yeah. And I just,
You'd rather have a more intimate one-on-one.
No, that's the thing. I've been that way. I've had many opportunities to meet. I'm not going to say famous people, but yeah, famous people, and I don't know.
Unlike me, inviting them over to a hot tub.
I want the interaction to where they're like, oh, that Johnny's a cool guy.
Right. Russ Randall said Gene Winfield is scheduled to be back at Syracuse Nationals in July.
Sweet.
New York in July. That's going to be a hot one. Yeah. Like 7 inches from the midday sun. Troy Lorenz is joining us. Sup, Johnny? Troy, I don't know if you've been watching all along. We're about ready to wrap this one up. But this is Ed Roth's, Big Daddy Ed Roth's road agent. Johnny is depicting here.
Yeah, and I seem to have really boxed myself into a corner here, so.
Why is that? With your chrome?
Yeah.
This is your specialty. You love doing chrome.
So we're going to try to work it out.
No, it looks great. Troy said, just saw the show with one of your designs.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Thanks for tuning in. Shaggy said, "You are a cool guy." Shaggy LeBlanc, everyone.
What's
Welcome,
up, Shaggy?
Shaggy.
How you doing, buddy?
Another awesome metal fabricator,
Artist
extraordinaire,
Yeah. Those are kinds of cool stuff.
and cool grandpa.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy. He's got a cool beard.
That's a plus.
It is a plus.
You get double points for that.
Right?
Okay. Let's try to fix this and finish this up.
It looks great. I don't know what you're your own worst critic. Looks like chrome to me. You're coloring in these little dots. Like when you pan back out, no one's even going to see this.
Sure they will.
Looks like a little face almost. Oh, the way your mind works, my love.
What do you mean?
Because it's just crazy what you're seeing. And you're totally zoomed in on this thing, and you don't even have it at the proper angle of viewing, and you're still able to put these lines in that just are going to make it pop. Artistic ability. Love it, love it, love it. So this one, guys, is going to be available for you to purchase. We are going to have this on our website the next day or two. We send it to Hank, and he does his magic and gets it up there for us, and then also posts a link to this live broadcast as well. So you'll be able to see this drawn if you want to take a look back. $20. Comes full color. 11 by 17 in size, so a little bit bigger than a large photograph print, but not as giant as an 18 by 36 poster. We still call it poster size, though.
Yeah.
It's still a poster size. In addition to this, of course, if you've been following us, you know that on the website we have all of our Sketchy Live designs. Again, I said we were in season 5 right now. Almost half the way through, actually. In a couple more weeks, it'll be June 1st. We're
crazy.
Halfway through the month, or halfway through the year, rather. And almost halfway through this 5th season already. But we have all of our Sketchy Live designs from the last couple of years, seasons 1 through 4, all available on the website with a link to the live draw. So please go check it out. Great product on the website as well. Our t-shirts. We have 2 full color t-shirts available, in addition to 23 other t-shirt designs that we have. We've got hats, we've got beanies, we've got stickers, and we've got the stickers of the 3 collaborations you did with the Ann on Full Custom Garage. So go check those out. So much cool stuff. Rex said, I do too think that you're an awesome artist.
Oh, thanks, my friend.
Thumbs up, fire, cool guy. Emojis.
That's funny. Thanks, man.
Ooh, there's the purple, guys. Love the purple chrome. Honestly, who you are now is so shaped by all of this influence, and I love who you are now, and I love that you have this history and this background and this kind of stuff. I'm happy that you had this when you were young and you had it available to you when you were young. Even if you never developed a skill for art as a result, it's just such an interesting thing. And I'm thankful that you opened it up to me too, because as much as I play dumb on some stuff, I'm not playing. For weekend.
What?
I'm not playing. But as much as I don't know things, it's still an interesting thing to me. I can remember seeing old cars and thinking, oh boy, that car's old.
Right.
Or that looks cool. Or, my dad wasn't really into, he had old cars because he was older, and that was the era that he was driving in. But
your dad had some cool, very cool cars.
He didn't take me to car shows. He wasn't a car guy that way. He was mechanically inclined. He was very good with his hands. My dad was a construction worker for years and years, so you know, he was a car guy to that extent where he could fix stuff and he knew about them and
Mhm.
could tell me what to do. But I don't remember. I think there were a couple times where we were somewhere and there just happened to be car, and he would go over and look. It's not like he didn't look, but it wasn't like a driving force, like a passion or a hobby. He also had 4 kids and probably couldn't have afforded to do it even if he wanted to.
Yeah, it was probably more along the lines of this is not something I'm going to be able to do
Yeah.
anyway. So
This is a long shot.
Yeah.
Why even look?
Right.
But yeah, I never had that interest. And when I met you and you're like, oh, we're going to, actually, I don't even think you took me to a car show the first time we went somewhere. I think you took me to Webster, the spot meet. I don't think you even took me to a car show.
I may not have.
I think we went to, yeah, I think we went to Webster. And at that point, you had that 40 truck, that
Right.
40 Ford
Mhm.
truck bed or cab,
Mm-hmm.
and you were looking for stuff for that because that was your going to build a hot rod.
Yep.
And that's what we were looking for until later that year, Raquel showed up in our 51 Chevy, and then you really had some parts to buy. Then we were definitely there with a purpose because then I was getting into it because I'm like, why are we buying stuff for a car that doesn't even run and you don't even have wheels yet? Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, it's the vision.
Don't you worry, it's coming. It'll happen.
But then once we got the 51 Chevy, I was like, heck yeah, I can get on board with that because we've got something to buy for. Rex Kaiser said, man, that is sweet. Yeah, this is coming out great. $20, guys. It's a steal. These Monday night drawings are a steal. You just watched Johnny spend an hour and a half putting this together for you. He did a pre-sketch when he came home from his day job. He did do a pre-sketch. He went there for a good hour looking at reference photos and doing your pre-sketch. So quite a bit of prep work goes into these Monday nights, and you get the benefit of it. Tell a friend. That's what we hope you do.
That's right.
Let them know cool stuff is happening over here on Monday nights. We've got a whole website of stuff available for them to choose from. Johnny's rendition of people that inspired him. We've got the movie cars that he's done. So many cool movie cars. And then, best of all, just the crazy concoctions that he has in his head. You've seen a few of those concoctions built in real life.
Yeah, we have, huh?
But a lot of crazy concoctions that
are yet to be built.
Yeah. One day.
Yeah. Sorry, I went a little MIA on you there for a sec. Sorry about that.
Okay.
We're just adding some fun in here now.
Yeah, this is great. Love the colors. The way the hat came out, super cool. Rex said, thanks so much for doing this every Monday. I appreciate it so much. And we do it because you guys keep showing up.
Absolutely. You're the reason.
So we are thankful.
Let's make this a little hazier. Really sell that bubble in there.
The bubble. Yeah, so your hand over it right now is blurring it a little bit.
There you go.
Pull back out. There you go. Maybe down a little.
Oops.
Yeah, this came out cool. Yeah, I wish you could see these things. He'd get a kick out of this.
I would hope.
Seeing your take on it.
I would hope. It'd be interesting to see, what his thoughts are as far as, with the new technologies and stuff like that. Doing stuff digital.
How he would do things.
If he would have been on board with it, or he'd been like, old school. But being he was an innovator, I would have to think he'd be like, yeah, that's cool. It's a cool way to do something different.
I mean, he passed away in 2001, I think I read. So he's been gone a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And just think of the developments that we've seen in the last 20 years.
Oh, could you imagine Ed Roth being able to 3D print stuff?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Crazy.
Yeah.
Mike Bartosh says looks killer. Frank Capello says looks great. Now I have to go find the model. He's all about the models. So cool. There's your flake. And you don't really have to put a ton of dots in there to make it look like flake. But the way you're doing it looks perfect. So who asked about the flake earlier? There you go. There it is represented. Frank Pupello said flakes. Yeah.
Got a couple in there.
Yep. Well, it definitely gives the indication of it. That's for sure. Fantastic. So clean.
Well, there we go, guys. I think we'll leave it like that. Maybe I'll add something afterwards, like I've done the last few times. We'll add something to the background just to make it pop a little bit more. But I think we're good there. We're already at an hour and something, right?
Hour and 36. Jason Lefevre said Hot Wheel and models, every boy's first car obsession. That's where it starts. Indeed. And this one was, you said, right, Munnell?
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
Did they do a Hot Wheel of it too? Not sure.
You know what? I think they did do it. I think it was one of the first Hot Wheels.
Did they call it Road Agent though, or maybe?
No. Was it Road Agent? I want to say it was. No. It was no. Beatnik Bandit was one of the first Hot Wheels in the first Hot Wheels series.
I'm looking up. Oh, I put in Toad Agent. I guess that's not gonna be.
Yeah, that's not gonna be it.
Road Agent Hot Wheel. It's come out in the following 1/64 scale version, window color, interior color. So it looks like maybe. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that sure looks a little very modern. So.
Designer Larry Wood, produced 2001.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's 2001.
Okay. And they have it as a magenta car.
Yeah.
That must have just been somebody's rendition then. So maybe.
Well, it is more magenta than red. That's why, if you notice, I put a little purple in there too. And there we go, guys.
Very cool. Digging it. Guys, what do you think? You're up to 51 likes, loves, or cares.
Excellent. Well, that is the Road Agent. Another fun one. And of course, we do have the first Road Agent that we did. We'll see if we can find that one again. Of course, there's our where we got
Season 3.
There's where our inspiration comes from. And then there he is. There's the first rendition of the Road Agent as well. So they're available. Now you have two different versions of the Road Agent. Big Daddy Roth kind of drawn in the classic Roth style with the big monster guy and the shifter and that kind of stuff. And then, of course, we went to a different, more of a caricature version.
Bob said to add the year to your signature.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Rex Kaiser said, wow. Doc said, very cool. Wish I had the cash for all of JJ's drawings.
Me too.
We take credit. Jason Lefevre said, imagine driving that bad boy down the road. Draco said, awesome as always.
Thanks, Draco.
Draco, we purposely went late tonight for you because we know you're allowed to stay up late.
That's right. This was for reals.
You complained last week that we went too short.
That's right.
You're like, oh, now that I can stay up late, they go short. Well, this one's for you, pal. 5:23:22.
There you go, guys. I hope you dig it. It sure was fun to do.
It was.
Another fun one. That was fun. I think we talked a lot about some cool stuff too, as well.
We did. I put in our post.
Oh, my neck.
That it was going to be educational.
Oh, cool. Hopefully you got some good stories about full custom garage and the full custom. That's the funnest stuff to talk about. That's why we got to really start doing the 51 thing and really get back to telling this. I have so many. I mean, they're not crazy stories, but I mean, just situations and stuff that happened. Working with Ian and being a part of the opportunity to go do full custom stuff, things that have happened since the show and meeting people, which is fun. Of course, getting to interact with you guys out there every Monday night. So please tell a friend. Hopefully you had a great time tonight, and that you'll continue to keep coming back in the future. We going to continue to keep doing as long as someone is out there watching. And there's plenty of things to draw and sketch. And of course, I hope it inspires you to draw and sketch for yourself and get out there and draw some cool stuff. And keep the car culture going. That's the biggest thing of this whole deal is, as technology increases and grows, the combustion engine gets nudged a little further out, and we got to keep that thing alive. And of course, there's cool stuff happening with even electric stuff, but can't beat the smell of burning petrol. So, yeah.
So have a great weekend coming up. Happy Memorial Day.
Yes. And don't forget $20 for this print. Head over to johnnyjalopy.com. It'll be available pretty quickly. And of course, take a look at all the other cool stuff that we have. We've got hats and stickers and shirts galore. Galore. And of course, throw it out there if you want something done. Of course, it won't be $20, but there is the availability of having something done.
Custom rendering.
Custom rendering stuff done.
There's a link on the website to our email.
And you too can own some cool Johnny Jalopy art. And this is to be honest, this is very much not in the styling of what I do my renderings at, but the techniques and stuff that I use are definitely being shown here. But definitely takes longer than an hour. But that's the fun of what we do. We just banged out a full deal in basically 2 hours, because I spent some time on a pre-draw, and then we banged out the color version and the inking version within an hour or so. And you got to watch it live, and we're so appreciative of that. So
thanks for hanging with us.
Yep, we'll see you guys next Monday. Stay sketchy. We'll see you soon.